Get lean fast. Get lean fast. Master the 5 fundamentals of fitness for a shredded body. So you might want to grab pen and paper. I'm going to share with you a couple key things on basically how to do this, how to get lean fast. I am a one-on-one instructor. I train people here in Tucson, Arizona, and I do offer virtual training. If you're interested in a complimentary consultation to go over your goals in person, on the phone, or on Zoom, text me the word consult to 520-400-9573, and then we'll get you scheduled. All right. But while I'm on these videos, I am going to give you everything I can. I'm not going to hold anything back. So just know that. So that's why I'm saying I encourage you to grab pen and paper. If you're interested in getting lean fast and how to take action with doing that, we're going to cover some key things today that I feel like is going to really do you some good. So, all right. So let's do this. Let's start with, and then one other thing, I do have a free offer. On my website, you can go to fit.fitness. Just go to your internet browser, type in fit.fitness. It'll take you to a website labeled weightlosssolutionsThatWork.com. I have a 7-day free email series, and I have a 21-day free email series. You can just sign up. It's all through Constant Contact. So check your promotions folder if you do this. The 7-day series is basically a text-based email series. So you get every day for 7 days, you're going to get a text on how to burn fat. And then the 21-day email series is a 21-day series of video lessons. So about 10 to 15 minutes each lesson being sent to your email for free, just so you can take it to the next level. And also we can get to know each other a little bit better. All right. Now let's where I like to start with is goals. So we're going to do a goal setting session right now together. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body and your health and your energy any kind of way you wanted it to be over the next, year or so, what would that look like for you? Think about it. Be clear and specific. So I'm going to I'm doing some volume checks. So think about that, clear and specific. If you could wave that realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Allison. If you could have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be, what is that like for you? Now, for me, I like to go, like, sometimes when I'm doing goals, I like to do specific numbers. So like a body weight and a body fat percent is one of my favorites. It just kind of gets it right to the spot, right where you, right where you want to go. So if you could, that's one way to do it. You can do clothes size. You can do all kind of ways to set goals. I'm not going to limit you on how to set goals, but the key I feel like with goals is to be clear and specific. The more clear you can be and the more specific you can be, the better. Right? Okay. So, all right. Any questions? Please let me know. This is what this is for. I'm planning on coming at you live here every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just be aware of that. Bring your questions, bring your friends, ask a question. You can even call in, ask a question live on the air. You could text in your question, anything to offer support. So just be clear, you can do that. You can ask it right on the message. Now, on the chat. All right. So having that clear, specific goal. So for me, a clear and specific goal is I am happy and grateful that I am 185 pounds plus at 8% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. That's my basic goal. So I have a weight goal and I have a body fat percent goal, right? Does that make sense? So you set your goal. Okay, so we're doing a goal setting exercise right now. If you just jumped in, we're setting goals, okay? And we're setting them to be clear and specific, right? So perhaps a body weight goal and perhaps a body fat percent goal, something like that, right? So then what I want you to consider doing is phrasing it up like we did earlier, when I said my goal. So you take your goal, and then I want to encourage you to use this affirmation / prayer. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goal. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goal. For me, I am happy and grateful now that I am 185 pounds, 8% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. That's a basic way I express my goals every day. Now, and I go on and on more and more about it. I'm just getting it down to the simple, right? So I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions on this affirmation / prayer, please let me know. I feel like this is really huge. If you could just get this one thing down, I feel like you would see some success. If you don't underestimate the power of this exercise, it's very, very powerful. I am happy and grateful now that I am 185 pounds plus at 8% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. Thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, perfect teeth, supple skin. Things can go on and on. I express all my goals like that every day in the present tense and as an affirmation and as a prayer. That I am happy and grateful right now in the moment. I am happy right now. See, do you see the power of that? I am happy and grateful in the moment that I am something that I'm working on. So we're applying gratefulness to the mind. And a lot of times our mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So we're kind of tricking our mind. Hey, yeah, I'm grateful right now that I am 185 pounds plus at 8% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. And then it just frames it in our head, and then we achieve it. I hope that makes sense. All right. So here, want a volume check? Volume check. Good. Volume check. Oh, welcome, Mark. Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Allison. Thank you for being here. Please let us know where you're coming at you from. I'm coming at you from my home in Tucson, Arizona. Where are you coming at us from? So we're talking about getting lean fast, and we're talking about mastering the 5 fundamentals of fitness to get that shredded body, right? The first thing, and this isn't even one of the 5, it kind of is part of mindset, but have a clear, specific goal. So we just covered that. If you missed it, you can go back and let's watch the replay and go back to it. So the 5 fundamentals of fitness. Let's start with exercise. So imagine for a moment that we're flying in an airplane. We have 2 engines on the airplane, 2 engines going. Now, one engine's exercise is strength training. One engine is cardiovascular training. Now, imagine that we have action meeting. Okay. All right, having a little issue with the streaming. Hopefully everything's coming across okay. So imagine we're flying along. We have 2 engines in the airplane. One is strength training. One is cardiovascular training, the engines. Now, if we only have one engine going on the airplane, how efficient is that going to be? Right? Think about it. How efficient is that going to be? Not very efficient, right? Or I'm just trying to free up some stream. Okay, so and that's the key point is we want to have both engines going strong on the airplane. We want to have a good cardiovascular program going and a good strength training program going. That's going to give you the best performance out of that plane. And I feel like that's going to give you the best performance out of your exercise routine. A combination of strength training and cardiovascular training. That makes sense? Okay. All right. I hope that makes sense. All right. Now, number 2 is nutrition. All right. Now, imagine for a moment that we're trying to build a 2-story house from scratch. And we only have half the materials necessary to build the house. How far are we going to get? About halfway, right? So the foods that we eat on a daily basis are like the supplies, like the foods that we eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards building that house. They're the supplies that's building our body. So the foods that we eat on a daily basis are the supplies that build our body. That's why the food is so important, because we're building this house, trying to build a magnificent house of a body. The foods that we eat every day is a critical component of that. So we talked about exercise, nutrition, right? Nutrition. And I recommend a whole food, plant-based diet. That's my general recommendations. Consider, if you want to do a little deeper research on it, consider watching The Game Changers and Forks Over Knives. Both of them, of those documentaries, are on Netflix and on YouTube. All right. Recovery. I've had the honor over the last several years of training 3 different neurologists and 1 a neuroradiologist, and they have all said all their studies show 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night is what's necessary, right? So that's what I recommend to myself and to my clients. You do you, but that's what I'm going with. Supplementation. There are basically 2 different categories of supplements: nutritional supplements and enhancement performance supplements, right? Nutritional supplements is like a protein shake. I love shakes. They taste so good. I usually make a strawberry and an almond milk, and my plant-based protein powder tastes so like a delicious strawberry smoothie. Or we can make like a chocolate peanut butter type smoothie. It's all kind of stuff you can do with it. It's delicious. It's a supplement, though. It's not the main part of my diet, but I might have 2 or 3 hot food meals and 2 or 3 shakes, something like that, or vice versa. But that's generally the idea. And then creatine is an example of an enhancement performance supplement. I'm not saying to take it or don't take it, but I'm just giving you an example of what is an enhancement performance supplement. It doesn't do anything with nutrition, really, but it is a supplement to enhance strength, right? So we talked about exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mind. Now, the last but not least is the mindset. Now, imagine that you're pulled up on a construction site and you're looking at this huge building, and they're building it up. They're working on it, and you see this big, like a crane, big machine, and it's got that little box at the bottom where the person sits in it and does the levers. Well, that's an example of how our brains are. Our brain is like that box, and our body's like the crane, and our mind is pulling the levers. That's why it's so important that you have a strong, disciplined mind, so you can follow through every week on your principles, getting your exercising in, your strength training, your cardiovascular. But that's part of the mindset. Our mind tells our body what to do and not the other way around. Consider taking that in and internalizing that. We tell our body what to do. Our body doesn't tell us what to do. Does that make sense? So if you commit to an exercise program, once I have committed to something, for example, I follow through with it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I tell my body what to do. My body is not going to tell me what to do. It's that disciplined approach. I hope that makes sense. A mentor of mine once said that discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. Think about that. Discipline, the disciplines of exercising week in, week out, being consistent, versus the regret of not doing it and later having heart disease or diabetes or strokes or high blood pressure or just bad sex because your body's not working properly. All these things, all these horrible, horrible things. The regret because you didn't take care of your body. Now, or you can have the discipline, right? So discipline weighs ounces and regret weighs tons. Think about that. That's why coaches are really valuable and help so many people, whether it's virtual or in person, is because we hold you accountable to your own self-imposed standards. We're holding you accountable. We're making sure you do it and follow through with it. Do it on your own or get a coach and do it one way or another. Consider elevating yourself up and taking action on your health and fitness. Don't get stuck because the regret of an unhealthy, bad functioning, ill, a disease-ridden body. We don't want that. I don't want that for you either. So consider the disciplines of exercising regularly, eating healthy, getting your sleep, 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night, supplementing intelligently, getting the mindset. But if you find yourself wanting some help, you're ready to reach out, you're tired of being sick and tired, reach out to me right now. Send me a text. If you're listening to this right now and you feel like you really want to go to the next level and you want some affordable virtual training, I know what they're charging for virtual training out there, and I'm testing out a program right now that is affordable. And I encourage you, if you're interested at all in finding out about it, reach out to me. Message me the word consult, CONSULT, to 520-400-9573. Let's set up your consultation. Be blessed. Remember, health is wealth. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.